Broadside day 285. Today at noon, I'm leaving town for a week on vacation. And as it happened, one of my college buddies calls me a couple days ago, and he's like, hey man, he's like, I'm gonna be in town your way for New Year's, then I gotta work all next week in your area in a couple different towns. And I was like, well, you're welcome to stay at my house, however, I will not be there. So we'll be passing each other. He'll be getting there a little after I leave and all today, but at any rate, I thought it was kind of funny though, because I started reflecting on us meeting in college and how successful he's become in life and everything, and the fact that I'm letting him stay at my house all week, which is, you'll know in a minute, he's a bit of a train wreck, but he's a good train wreck, you know, a trustworthy train wreck that cleans up his mess afterwards, if you know what I mean. But when he was in college, he comes in my dorm room one day, and me and my other buddy are sitting there watching TV or something, and he's all happy and giddy, a little bit more normal, or more than normal, and he's like, hey man, he's like, what's going on? I'm like, why are you so happy? You know, what's going on? He's like, oh, I got a date in a couple hours, you know, I don't know what it was, an hour or whatever it was, very soon, with this girl he'd been trying to get up with, you know, and been talking to for a while, as the kids call it these days. And so I was like, okay. I was like, why are you laughing and smiling? Like, what's the deal? He's like, oh, I found a way to cut out the middleman. And I'm like, what middleman are we talking about? He's like, you know the middleman. You know that awkward part of getting with a girl, and you know, things are going well, and you're like, do you want to? Well, do you want to? And all this. And between that and the whole going and finding protection and all that, and you know, I've found a way to kind of eliminate that middleman, that awkward middleman. I was like, it's not that awkward, but okay, go ahead. I said, what are you doing? He's like, I've already got the condom on as we speak. And I said, did you just walk into my dorm room wearing a condom? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I'd appreciate if you take that out in the hall, because I'm not comfortable with this. Look at my buddy Brad. I'm like, are you comfortable with this? He's like, just rolling his eyes. I'm like, what part of this plan do you think is gonna eliminate anything? This is not a good idea. This is not gonna work. He's like, oh yeah, it's gonna work. So from that moment on, I nicknamed this dude, whose real name is Adam, which most people don't even know, Lifestyles, because I felt like Trojan was just a little too obvious. And so we call him Lifestyles. Some people call him Styles. They call him LS. And what's the amusing part of this stupid story, and people that are 18, 19 years old that do dumb stuff, you know, is the fact that all of his adult friends call him Styles or Lifestyles, and they have no idea why, because he refuses to tell them. And it's just funnier for us not to tell him, in the rare occasions that we mix with like his adult friends, all his college friends. It's just funnier, the fact that they call him that and they have no idea how stupid this guy is. I mean, he's brilliant, but he's an idiot, you know. And so, long story short, the date did not go well. It went exactly as how Brad and I figured, and the condom worked its way off very quickly. It found its way somewhere down his pants, and what was funny was when the time actually came that things happened, but they didn't get to happen because by then the condom was like half broken and mangled and it wasn't usable, so he had nothing. And we never let him forget the fact that if you'd have just kept that thing in the little prophylactic wallet sized little carrier that the manufacturer puts it in, you'd have been fine, you moron. But instead, you want to get some shape-shifting organ coat to go on your wang bar so that you can cut out a middleman that might have taken you a minute and a half at worst case scenario. So yeah, that train wreck is staying in my house this week. So I'm gonna have to fumigate like everything, because although trustworthy, he just gets into the dumbest stuff, yet is just brilliant in his personal life or his professional life, but his personal life is just a constant barrage of idiocy. So I got that to look forward to next week. Giddy up.